Hey guys, it's showtime. I know. It tells me up there too. It says showtime. And I'm like, woohoo! All right, so this is the Celtic Rain radio show. And so we were gonna have this person that messaged me, got a hold of me, wanted me to do an interview with him about his convention, and I was like, okay, cool, let's have some fun. But he didn't show up, so you guys are gonna learn about me. I'm gonna interview myself, which I'm dropping things, but I'll get that in a minute. So, but tonight, we have some really, really awesome stuff, great music coming up, so that's a beautiful thing. And but what I'm gonna do throughout the show, since I'm gonna be the one who's being interviewed by myself, I don't know how to do that. Whatever. So what I'm gonna say is, you guys ask me questions. So you guys are gonna put questions up there, and then ask them of me, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I can answer that question. So I'm going to talk a little bit about who I am, and like where I came from, my musical stuff, all the other stuff in my life. And then throughout the show, you guys ask me questions on just put them in the little message line, and then I can answer them throughout the show. So in the little interview parts, you guys can ask me questions. Yeah? So, some fun stuff, right? I know. So, this is the Celtic Rain radio show. We are, I'm here to, Doug says, good evening. Good evening, Doug. How are you tonight? So, we are the Celtic Rain radio show. If you want to send music, this show is for small label and independent artists. The music has to be from a small label or independent artist. It also has to be family friendly, so be nice, right? Don't make fun of people groups. Don't make fun of religions. Just don't make fun. It's just not nice, right? But if you want to send me MP3s, no Bandcamp, for some reason they don't like me. CelticRain777 @gmail.com. You can send it right there, and then I will be able to play your music. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, right? And I get to play all sorts of beautiful people's music. Ron says, Molly and I are watching. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. And if you want to subscribe, that would be awesome. You can go to www.youtube.com/C for channel /Celtic Rain, and you can just like it and subscribe and all that great jazz. It's a beautiful thing in the neighborhood when that happens. But tonight, someone says hi from a Facebook user. I have to go to Facebook and figure out who that is, but I will tell you this. Tonight, the person I was supposed to interview, I just changed it to me because the person I was supposed to interview didn't show up. So you get to learn all about me. You guys get to ask questions, and I'll answer them as best as possible. We shall see how that works. Let's see how well this works, right? And so we shall go from there. But then, we'll go from there. But there's going to be some amazing music on tonight anyways. And I already had planned on the person that was going to be interviewing was from a convention. They wanted to promote their convention. So all the music tonight was already planned and is already ready. So you guys, we're going to have some great music tonight. I'm just saying, right? We've got Kaylee Rain up here. We've got our doctors. Woohoo! I got a cute little shirt on that's got rainbows and unicorns, and an awesome necklace. It shows how much I love people. Anyways, and so that's kind of where we are, right? So let's talk about the first music that's coming up. The first song's called Self Defense. It's by Robots in Love. It's a pop music, but it's such a great song. Smooth sound. It's a very smooth sound to it. These are some new artists, guys. I'm really excited for you guys to hear them. And then we have Angels Roll Out the Night by Victor Sierra. Man, good stuff, right? And then we have Jigs by Laughing Jack. These it's some great things, great music coming up. Again, think about what questions you might want to ask me, because when it is time for the interview, you guys are going to try to interview me. I'll talk, obviously, but put your questions up there while you're listening to the music about what you might want to ask me about me and my music and my life and where I come from, and anything, really anything within reason. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. So think of your questions, and then when it is time and the interview starts, you guys are interviewing me. But right now, let's have some amazing music. You guys ready? Let's go.
I've lost my self-defense, something I was so proud of. I've lost my self-defense, something I was so careful of. I have lost my self-defense, I don't know if I'll find it again. I have lost my self-defense, you caught me unawares. Tear down the walls around me, break down the barriers, tear down the walls around me. I'll be safer that way, I'll be safer this way. I have lost my sense of fear, it's
Yes, yes, yes. Little Laughing Jack there. We love Laughing Jack, right? I know. I know. It's pretty awesome stuff right there. So, but I wanted to, we're going to do this now, which is really kind of cool. Okay. So, let's put this up here so that you guys can see. I would say this. Okay, so the person I was getting interviewed tonight didn't show up. So you get me. You get me. So what is the question you want to ask about me and my music? Straight to the source, baby. Straight to the source. So we're going to start a little bit. There are people who did ask questions. Quincy here, what is Gen Con? I saw you guys were there. What is your connection with that? Okay, so Gen Con. We love Gen Con because, well, number one, we're geeks and gamers, and we love being geeks and gamers for the rest of our lives. We've raised our children well to be geeks and gamers. So Gen Con is a gaming convention. And so we go pretty much every year. And there's only been like one that actually happened that we didn't go to because we got paid to go across the United States to do a wedding. And money is good. So we didn't go to Gen Con that year because it was the same time. But ever since, me and Samuel have been married for 18 years. And ever since we got married, Samuel I think he went a couple years before me. And I think that's about when it started. But I started 18 years ago. And so I've been going for 16 out of the 18 years because last year they didn't have it. Pandemic, right? It used to be run by Wizards of the Coast. They were a big sponsor, and so D&D and Dungeons and if you don't know D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, and me and Samuel and our family, we are D&Ders. We do Dungeons and Dragons. We do board games and card games, and the boys do video games. I'm not a big video game person. I like solitaire. But so we got involved as well within the last couple years with a group called Fitz Fight in the Sky, and they put on a lot of games at the convention. So what ends up happening is they get us to run the games, and then we get our ticket for free. Whoop whoop, right? So me and Samuel did that, and we both ran one game that was 3 days to be able to get our badge for free. And then I paid for Tyson to get his badge. I am working hard, though, to make it so that Tyson will be able, because he's really good at running games, and he's starting to learn really a lot about being able to run games. Trying to get him maybe to be able to run a game next year so that, number one, his badge will be for free, but also I think he'd really enjoy that. So that's kind of one of those things. Yeah. So there you go. Again, what questions do you have for me? I will talk until you guys ask more questions, and then I'll answer them. Okay. For me, I started music really early. My dad was a pastor, it still is, and I started singing like at the age of 3 in front of people. So at the little church that my dad had, and then I started traveling with groups when I was a kid, singing all over the place. We moved to Orlando, Florida, and I was in a group called Children Around the World, and we just literally we went all over Central Florida performing. So that was pretty cool. Someone said something, have you thought about playing music at Gen Con? Yes, I have. I just gotta find the right people. So like I have people that play at Gen Con that I've got to sit down with and be like, okay, who's your contact? Because actually I think that Celtic Ring would be really great there. That is one of the things for me doing the business of our music that I really want to get into. I want to be able to get us at Gen Con. I actually was starting to get us into Gen Con, and then pandemic happened last year. So I have to pick that ball back up and just run with it. But yes, Absolutely. That is one thing I really actually would like to do. Um, um, Hi, I'm Bridget. Hi, Bridget. I know when it comes, if you guys go and message on the YouTube channel, I can see your who you are. But if not, then it just comes across as Facebook user. But if you go to the YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/C for channel /Celtic Rain. You guys can actually ask things there as well, and it'll show your name, just so you guys know. But as I was saying before, so I started out real early in music, real early, and then I ended up going to and performing in groups. I was in Children Around the World. We performed all over Central Florida, and then I was in a group called Fishers of Men, and we performed all over the place with that group. That group went all over the South, like all over the South, and we traveled all over the place. So I was ages like Children Around the World. I was ages like, I think I was like 8, 9, 10 years old. When I got into Fishers of Men, I was 11, 12, 13, 14 years old. And so I have been performing my whole life. I'm just kind of crazy, right? And then I went from there and got into other groups. I went into YWAM, Youth with a Mission, went to Montana and performed with them all summer. One summer, that was a lot of fun at the Crow Indian Reservation. That was just one of the things for me that just blew my mind. And I also, when I was about that same age, that's kind of mid-teens, early teens, I started recording in recording studios as backup singing. So I would do, duets and backup, harmonizations and all those things. So I think the first time I got into a recording studio, I was 15. And then I did recording sessions with people like from then on. Had a great time doing that. And then Ron says, next year, leading up to Gen Con, feature the bands you play that perform at Gen Con, like 5-Year Mission and El Troubadour. Absolutely. That would be a lot of fun to do that. I completely agree with that. Quincy says, I thought you had mentioned before that Celtic Rain was working on a new album. Did you hear that? Did I hear that correctly? Yes. Yes. We're actually in the midst right now of, we already have the music put together. We're in the midst of practicing that music and getting it down just really strongly right now. And we're going to start recording that probably in the next couple months. And then it's a process. You know how that is. I'm hoping to have that out I would love to have that out by Gen Con next year, to be completely honest. Probably before that. I would love to have that out by like the early summer next year, and it's going to be called Legacy, and so it's songs all about our legacy as Celtic Rain. So Samuel's legacy, mine from my grandmother, who is Welsh and British, and Samuel's, who is Scottish heritage, and then frankly and then for me, I have a lot of Native American. I have a lot of Cherokee in me, so a lot of that is going to be my Cherokee is also going to be part of that. I have a song that I've written that I've taken I cannot wait for you guys to hear this one. It's a little bit complicated, so we're kind of piecing this together right now, but we're taking a lullaby from Cherokee Lullaby, and that's just open domain, and then I've written a whole song around it. I'm so excited about this song. It's kind of ridiculous. So this one's going to be really amazing. It's going to be really amazing. And I get to learn. Okay, so you guys ready for this? We're getting a looper for my voice. I think we already got it. It's this really hilarious thing Samuel bought. Anyways, and so we're going to be able to loop the vocal line, kind of how he does like guitar looping, but we're going to do a vocal loop so that it has it in the background as well. I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun. So this one especially is going to have that on there. And frankly, Giants. You guys have heard Giants well, you guys haven't. Maybe if you come to the concerts, you've heard Giants a few times. And I'm going to loop it during there's like a part where there's like a march, and it's supposed to be the women of my history, of my family marching and keeping us going. I'm going to loop that as well. So once I've learned, and then stack the voices so it sounds like a choir. Oh, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really excited about that one. But we also have our piper who is Jewish, and so he has several piping tunes. He's working on a few piping tunes right now that bring in his heritage as well. So that's really, really cool. So it's going to be called Legacy. And we are working on that right now. We have most of the songs written for that. The only ones we're kind of working on that we haven't completely written are the Piper tunes. And so, but I'm hoping to have at least 4 or 5 new Piper tunes on this album, which is pretty cool. I know, right? And so excellent, right? Exactly. Because it's time. It's time. So that's going to be really cool. That will be coming very soon. So, well, that'll be coming next year. But that we're working on it right now. I'm so excited. And there's also a bunch of other songs too. I've written like 4 or 5 songs. Samuel wrote like 4 or 5 songs. And then the piper Jeff is writing some stuff with us as well. So it's some good stuff out there. So it's going to be new stuff. Few that are public domain that we're gonna make our own, but most of it's original, which is really cool, and I'm really excited about. And this will be the first album that we're not doubling something we did from another album, like not remaking it to make it better. So that is really exciting. This one will be all new music. So woo woo, right? I'm going to tell you about the songs that are coming up next. Again, think about what questions you might want to ask me, and I will put them up there. Go ahead and put them up, and then I'll bring them back up when it's time to talk again. But for right now, let me tell you about the music that is about to come up. Okay, so sometimes I can pronounce you guys' music songs names, and sometimes I'm like just clueless. This one is called V Skendonet. It's by Darwin's Prophet. You'll see the name. You have fun with that one. Very steampunk pop music. You know Darwin's Prophet. She's freaking amazing, right? And then we have Cold Machine. This is a new group by Bow Ever Down. Very industrial sound in their music. And then, guys, Caledonia by us, by Celtic Rain. So you guys, we're going to have some great music coming up right now. Again, if you have anything to ask, make sure you put it out in the comment section, and then we will be able to use that in the next time that we talk. All right, here we go. Let's do this beautiful thing.
sweet and rare than sweetest ambergris. Oh, 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 oh. What does thou fear? Young hyacinth is slain. Pan is not here and will not come again. No haunted fawn treads down the yellow leaves. No God at dawn steals through the olive trees.
changes that have come over me in these last few days. I've been afraid that I might drift away. I've been telling stories, singing songs that make me think about where I come from. That's the reason why I seem so far away today. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Now I've moved and kept on moving, choose the course that I needed choosing, lost the friends that I needed losing, found others on the way. I have kissed the lads, left them crying, stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying, traveled hard, sometimes conscience flying, somewhere in the wind. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. They've withered, now they're gone. And I'm steady thinking my way is clear, and I know what I will do tomorrow. When hands have shaken, the kisses flow, then I will disappear. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. And if I should become a stranger, know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Well, you guys, that is, I love that song. That's a great song, right? I did have a few people ask some questions, and we're going to hold on to those questions. Remember, the person who was supposed to interview tonight did not show up, so you guys get to interview me. That's right. So if you guys have any questions about my music or my history or any of that stuff, we're going to put them all up there. I have 3 more songs ready for you, though, and I want you to hear this amazing music. You guys ready? We're going to hear Let Me Be Your Pilot by Monoplen. They are Russian, and it actually is they. Could be a they. It's one person, Fully independent and completely DIY project. Pretty amazing. Then we have another song called The Cat is Dead. Now, Doors in the Labyrinth, we tried to play them the other day. Just that one song which just wasn't appropriate for the show, but this one is so awesome. So I hope you open your hearts to it. Have a great time with this. And then we're going to hear Little Green Sleeves by Tiffany Appen with Chuck Ostin is on this as well. It's very gothic folk rock, amazing vocals and piano on this beautiful classic. Just a classic, right? I know. It's one of those things. Green Sleeves is one of those things that just touches your heart. And little thing here. The Luton Lady is another one of me and Samuel's groups. We are going to be at Clayshire Castle Medieval Fair this coming weekend. We will be singing Green Sleeves. Not all weekend. Obviously, it'll be one of the songs we sing during the weekend. But you should come out to Clayshire Castle Medieval Fair this weekend in Indiana and have a great time with us. And just come and just do that. Yeah, so there you go. So it's just awesome stuff. So here we go. I cannot wait for you to hear this absolutely beautiful music. Here we go.
Let me feel you near, let me hold you tight. Let me be the light in the cold and lonely night. I wanna be your friend, stay with you a while. See a brand new day shine through like a lovely smile. Come into my dream, I will be your guide. I wanna help you through the pain you feel inside. Looking far beyond where the future lies. We'll see 1,000 worlds unfold before our eyes. Let me be your pilot and take you to the sky. Let your eyes shine brightly and never ever cry. There's a new day rising, don't be afraid to fly. I will be your pilot, I will take you to the sky. Let me be your pilot and take you to the sky. Let your eyes shine brightly and never ever cry. There's a new day rising, don't be afraid to fly. Let me be your pilot, let me take you to the sky. Let me be your pilot. Let your eyes shine brightly. There's a new day rising, don't be afraid to fly. I will be your pilot, I will take you to the sky. 5, I see them and count. They line up like a row of heads, and I fall into their depths of water, water everywhere. Let me fall into. Let me sleep long and quiet. God watches all sparrows fall. Cat is dead. Thank you. Worthwhile thing to pray loud and often. So sleepy, silent. That small bubble, my dream, burst last night. It was blood flow, so full that when it split, I was blinded. Those with feelings, wondrous kind, all love with kittens, heaven. Those with feelings, wondrous kind, all love with kittens, heaven. Those with feelings, wondrous kind, all love with kittens, heaven. Those with feelings, wondrous kind, our love with kittens, ever bind. Those with feelings, wondrous kind, our love with kittens, ever bind. Those with feelings.
Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously, for I have loved you well and long, delighting in your company. Green sleeves was all my joy. Green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my green sleeves? Your vows you've broken like my heart. Oh, why did you so enrapture me? Now I remain in a world apart, but my heart remains in captivity. Green sleeves was all my joy. Green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my green sleeves? If you intend thus to disdain, it does the more enrapture me, and even so I still remain a lover in captivity. Green sleeves was all my joy. Green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my green sleeves? Ah, green sleeves, now farewell, adieu. To God I pray to prosper thee, for I am still thy lover true. Come once again and love me. Green sleeves was all my joy. Green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my green sleeves?
It's so beautiful. So, I have a few questions here. People have been asking things. I'm excited. Okay, so let's go back over here. Let's see. Quincy said, oh no. Gotta go back a little bit more. Gotta go back one more. Okay. So Ron asked, so what do you do at Gen Con? What did you do at Gen Con this year? This year at Gen Con, I ran 3 4th edition Dungeons and Dragons game. So I was the DM, and it was a game that I created, that me and Samuel created, story wise, and it was 4th edition. I like 4th edition because then you can be superheroes, pretty much. I mean, you're just overpowered and it's beautiful. And so it was quite fun. They could work together, like if you wanted to keep going with them, or you could just come in as one. And I had characters you could play. So we pretty much had a full house every single time. I'm a killer DM, meaning that I like to kill people. So my whole intention as a dungeon master is just, well, to kill you. So first day, drow were involved. So just say, first day, most everybody was asleep by the end of the game, magically, and one guy was awake. Second game, I killed 3 people. Woot woot, thank you. Third game, I almost killed a lot of people, and one of the actual players killed like 3 people. It was hilarious. Anyways, so it was just a blast. That was a blast. What were your favorite things about Gen Con this year? Number 1, I got to see El Troubadour play. That's right. Mr. Ron is in that group. And I loved just being there, being able to see the vendors and play the games and be around people again, right? Everybody, what was really great? Everybody wore a mask. There was only one lady in the very beginning, and she got ridiculed by me and several other people as she was walking by and totally put her mask back on. Good. And then there was like one other person. That was it. Number 2, they did it really well. They limited it to 40,000 at the most, and it was like, you know what? It was like when Gen Con first started. It was really, really kind of cool, to be completely honest. They just really, really did a good job. They had hand sanitizer stations everywhere. Things were enforced. It was beautiful, and people did the right thing. It was great. And then, so he also asked, what games did you try and purchase? We played mostly, was what I played. We also tried a Dungeons and Dragons game that was we did a Dungeons and Dragons game that was just monsters against monsters. That was kind of cool because that's a good way to get to know monsters, especially if like you just play, you're just fighting the monsters all the time. Well, it was quite nice to just kind of get to know the monsters and get to know. Well, then we bought Lost in Riley. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, we're still learning these because we've only tried to play them a little bit. This one was from the same people that created Murder of Crows, and I love Murder of Crows. It's not similar, but it is kind of. It's got a bunch of characters and rules, and they're really not that hard. So this one I'm still learning. It's going to be an interesting game, card game. Then this one is called Monstrosity. Get it. This one we had tried. It's very, very good. What you do is everybody has a monster card. You flip it over for 20 seconds and just look at it for 20 seconds. And then you have these boards and dry erase markers. And then you flip it back over and you try to draw what you remember. And then whoever has the best, like it looks like the picture after you flip it back over, that's the person who wins the card. And at the end, whoever has the most cards wins the game. Great game for families, just saying, right? Great game. Another one we got several other ones as well, but these are the ones I just kind of wanted to talk about. Whirling Witchcraft. Because I hate to break it to you, but they're the funnest games. Okay, so this one we did actually play after, and it was so cool. You get your own little cauldron, and there's these boards. See the boards? And you have all these supplies, and you're trying to give people more supplies. And every time that you give them more than their card can handle, you get that back and put it in here. And whoever gets 5 supplies in here at the end, that's the winner of the game. Okay, there's other things that kind of make it more complicated if you want to. We kind of took the complicated things out to begin with so we could learn the game. It's a little easier that way. One really cool thing, though, that I found, these people were out of New York, and this wonderful person created this right here. Let's see, Wander Home, and it's a role-playing LGBTQ based RPG. But it's single, so like you can use it for different things. And I could see myself using this. Frankly, I could see myself using this in ministry, which is really awesome, for children's time or for other things. And so that kind of leads us into the next question that came up, which was from Quincy. So you said you're a minister. I am. What would you say is your approach to what you teach, share? Would Isa that you are more universal in your approach? What is your approach to faith? Okay, that's a lot right there, but let me just start here. Yes, I'm a Christian, but I'm a Druid Christian, so I take the Druid faith and practices, I should say, and put my Christian faith within it. So it's a beautiful thing. And my approach to ministry is this: I love first and judge last, always. I love dialogue instead of debate. I like to ask, what do you believe and why? Because I can learn just as much as anybody else can. I love to be able to get to know people and then let my life affect them and let their lives affect me. I think that's the biggest and most amazing way to do ministry, frankly, because then you are not you're not pushing anything on anybody. You're just showing who you are. And if you love enough, it will come through. Now, I'm not perfect. And when I'm not perfect and when I do things that are not perfect, dude, apologize, right? Apologize. And I think that's kind of why this show, I made it family friendly and made it so that I don't want to offend people. I don't want to hurt people because I'm about love. And my biggest thing is love. At all. Because I'm not called to judge. I'm called to love. And then God will do the rest. Because that's not my job. I don't have to do that job. It's a beautiful thing. And so, there you go. Now, I do fight for social justice. That is something I do. So there is some judgment there, obviously. But that is it. When I minister, I come to things very overarchingly. So I like to make sure that everything is in context, that it's in historical context as well as biblical context. So not just pulling things out, That's why I end up having more scripture than a lot of other pastors do, because I don't really just focus on one little tiny verse. I will take it into historical context, into biblical context. Because of historical context, there's a lot that you can say, okay, in this society, this is why they did this. We are not in that society anymore. We get to change. It's a beautiful thing. And so, that goes there. Okay. And then on top of that, but when I am a minister of a congregation and it's people, there's lots of people involved. I'm a team minister. So what ends up happening is let's use everybody's gifts, right? Let's get them involved because they are just as much a minister as I am. And because I do believe in the priesthood of the believers, that we're all priests and priestesses in this great journey, and we get to love on each other. And how do we do that? We find the gifts that we have and we just use them. And then we realize and we remember that we're human and that we're fallible, and we try to not hurt each other along the way. And we try to lift each other up in the best way possible. And that for me is my ministry understanding. The way that I do things. I like a lot of dialogue. I go back and forth with people. That's really, really the biggest thing for me. And so this for me was a very big thing when we stopped and we listened. It was kind of the end of Gen Con for us. And I was like, okay, give me your card. I really want to order this. And then Samuel was like, no, just get it. And I was like, yes, because it's just so cool. And I can get you guys this information. I'll make sure that I put it somewhere. But this book was just amazing to go through and to use. And all the different characters, and they kind of have different personalities, and I just love this kinds of stuff, to where you can kind of put yourself in these fantasies that also kind of help your life as well. So that's pretty awesome. So then, Ron said, Clayshire Castle Medieval Fair, we're just talking about that, right, is worth the trip. I'll be there Sunday drumming for Indie Tribal Belly Dancing. Correct. So he's going to be there too. Clayshire Castle is, they built a castle in the middle of Indiana. Crazy. I know. It's a bed and breakfast, and they do once a year, they do a medieval fair around the castle. And these people are they're just the sweetest people in the whole entire world. Just saying. We've been doing it for about 8-10 years, something like that. Since they opened, we've been with them, and they're just the best people in the world. It's outside. It's a great event. I would say, if you got time this weekend, come on Saturday and Sunday and see us. And so there you go. We have a group called the Loot and the Lady, and that is what I will be doing this weekend. Just saying. So I would invite you to come on over. Quincy says, these three remain: faith, hope, and love, and the greatest of these is love. Exactly. And that's what I stand on. I've learned throughout the years that it doesn't matter what your religion is, if you base yourself in love, because God is love. If you base yourself in love, every single time, things will work out. You'll figure it out. It might not always be easy. In fact, most of the time it's not. But you will figure it out. It will be okay. So that's pretty cool. That's kind of my whole thing. Also, a little shout out to Doors in the Labyrinth. Quincy was like, that was awesome. It was awesome, right? I know. And guys, you got one song doesn't fit, not a big deal. We're all about love here. So therefore, send me the stuff and I'll figure it out, right? So we are going to have some great music coming up, though. Let's just talk about the music that's coming up. We have Invisible Man by Quincy Farrell. Quincy's got his music coming up. Invisible Man. And then What Is in a Name by Celtic Rain. That is one song that I actually wrote this song because there's just the name of Yahweh, the name of Jesus, just for me, it is so sacred, and it's so powerful. So this is a song I wrote, gosh, so many years ago. And then we have The Sixth Seal by Doug Fox, a very beautiful jazz instrumental tune. So guys, you know what? Some great music tonight. I am so excited to be sharing this stuff with you. So the Doors in the Labyrinth says, thanks to both of you. Glad you enjoyed it. You are such an awesome guy. And I cannot wait to share this beautiful music with you. You guys ready? Here we go.
In the midst of a crowd, at the top of my lungs, I'm crying out loud, and few they will turn, even though they have heard the whisper. Searching for meaningful life, blinded by pain, worry and strife, and the traffic outside, and the board type headlines, they silence the whisper. I am the invisible man. Yes, I am the invisible man. Passing their judgment with a glance, they march down the street in the cynical trance, and the cares of the day will soon chase away the whisper. Time like sand slips away, minutes are hours, hours are days, opportunities granted, like seeds they have planted fade, like a whisper. I am the invisible man. Yes, I invisible man. In time and in season, without rhyme, without reason, the entertaining of angels may soon come your way. Is the invisible man, these opportunities stand. They speak in a whisper, but soon fade away. I am the invisible man. Yes, I am the invisible man. Oh, yes, I am the invisible man. Oh, yes, I am the invisible man. Time like sand slips away. Minutes are hours, hours are days. Opportunities granted, like seeds they are planted, fade like a whisper.
Well, we are Isaiah's Cry. We've been Isaiah's Cry for about 12 years. Today is our 13th year anniversary of our wedding. So we had to learn how to work together and live together as musicians. So some of that is learning each other's styles. Our writing styles, our music styles. So these songs, most of them are originals, and they're songs that me and Samuel have either written together or I've written, and then he's come along and put his wonderful guitar playing behind him and helped me with some chords and some other things. So you'll see us pick up several instruments and have a lot of fun with it. So hopefully you enjoy it and it blesses your heart.
Holds me close to you. Your name,
broke the sixth seal, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth made of hair, and the whole moon became like blood, and the stars in the sky fell to the earth, as a fig tree casts its unripe figs when shaken by a great wind. And the sky was split apart like a scroll when it was rolled up, and every mountain and island were moved from their places. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the commanders, and the rich, and the strong, and every slave and every free man hid themselves in the caves and among the rocks of the mountains. And they said to the mountains and to the rocks, Fall on us and hide us from the presence of him who sits on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of their wrath has come, and who is able to stand?
Great music, right? I know. It always blows me away. So we I play all genres on this show, and it always blows me away the the amount of music that is just ridiculous good on this. You guys, you're just great. I'm just gonna put that out there. So I wanted to this last little bit. You can ask me any questions, obviously, and I will answer them. But let you guys know about what groups I actually am a part of, and groups that I do the business for quite a few of our music groups, and for the ministry stuff. But I am transferring my ordination to the Metropolitan Community Church, which is an LGBTQ poly-friendly denomination, and I'm very excited about this. I'm in the midst of starting the internship with the denomination. I've finished all the stuff they need me to do, except for like a paper, and I have to take one class on something. Anyways, and then I have to do this internship, and then I transfer, and I don't know, I get a congregation, and one thing they're actually talking to me about is possibly having a online, which I already have an online church, online LGBTQ poly church for everyone. So that's one thing we are actually talking about. So I'm very excited about that. Ministry wise, I also do I love on people on a regular basis. I do a lot of one-on-one counseling with groups and with couples, and people, because I am certified as a Christian counselor. So there you go, pastoral counselor. And then we have our music, right? Obviously, I have this show. And I do this every Tuesday night from 9 until 11 Eastern time. PM and it's recorded live, so you can always go back and watch shows, which is a beautiful thing, right? So if you want to know about that, all you have to do is you can actually go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/C for channel /Celtic Rain, and you'll be able to make sure you sign up there, like it, share it all, like let people know. But then we have we have Celtic Rain, and this is where the name came from. But Celtic Rain is our Celtic group, and we do traditional Celtic music, modern Celtic music, and original Celtic music. We also have a lot of fun with just all sorts of other songs. You guys should come and see one of our shows sometime. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Our shows are a lot of fun. And so that group, we travel all over with that group. And then we have another group called The Lute and the Lady, and that one's been around for, like 13, 14 years, something like that. And we play at Renaissance fairs. I am a black widow who can't seem to kill her husband. And Samuel is an absent-minded musician who can't seem to die. It's really kind of Addams Family-ish. Real fun. We get the kids up there playing instruments while we're singing about, love and dismemberment. It's really kind of funny. We also wander around and and play in the lanes and have a lot of fun with just people and letting them just kind of the kids playing with the instruments. All the instruments are made of wood, and I clean them constantly because little hands, nothing mouth wise, right? Especially right now. And so, there you are. That is what we will be doing this weekend at Clayshire Castle Medieval Fair. And then we also have a group called Gentle Rain. Ron Fife, that you've been seeing, he also is in that group. It's me and Samuel and Ron right now, and there might be others, but I am going to be, guys, wish me luck. Cross everything you have. I do play a little guitar. People don't know this. I play guitar. I play Celtic drum. I play tom drum. I play several things at the same time, sing. But I'm learning the bass. I know, right? I'm learning the bass, and I'm going to try to implement that into Gentle Rain, which is our jazz and blues group. So blues and jazz. We do have we actually, here's Ron, promote the Gentle Rain Jazz Show, right? So we do actually have a show coming up in November. It's the first of that group. So that's kind of exciting. I know. And you guys can totally, I'll give you guys information about that when it comes up a little closer, but it is in November. And so it's at a brewery, so in Indiana. I have to look up that information so I can get that all to you. But that's a new group that we just started. Very excited about that group. Extremely excited about that group. That's going to be a lot of fun. And so we started that group, and we play that. Samuel also has his own classical guitar stuff, and then me and Samuel do jazz as well together other places. So we're musicians, right? I know, right? And then I also sing sometimes, and not as much as I used to, but with a guy named Philadelphia Phil and friends. And so I'm part of the Friends, and I get to come in and do background music and duets and harmonies and just have a lot of fun. It's kind of rockabilly stuff, so it's a lot of just fun music. And that's kind of where we are in our life right now. Is we're just kind of where this denomination is new, that I'm got a year of an internship to do, and then kind of takes us wherever life takes us, right? We're kind of figuring that out as we go along. And so, yeah, that's kind of where we are. And so I don't know. It's one of those things where you look at life and you go, okay, um, these are the things I want to do with my life. Great, but I want to make sure that I also I get bored, and I'm a hyper person, so I tend to just I tend to do a lot. I tend to do a lot. And people are like, "Oh my God, you do so much," but in the scheme of things, when you have a lot of energy, it's really not that much, you know. And for me, it's like, okay, I get to love on people. I preach once a month over at Fort Benjamin Harrison's Veterans Memorial Chapel, which is really awesome right now. I'll be preaching more when I get my own congregation. But I'm starting to, Indie Connection Church is the church I have online right now. I'll be starting to really do a lot more with that, and kind of switching that over with the MCC situation, kind of maybe have them help me with that. But it's just really great. We also have, and this is really great, if you go to Facebook and you can go to Celtic Rain Now, that's the Celtic Rain page. Go like that page. Another group that you can go to, though, is the Celtic Rain radio show group. And you can go in there and you guys can ask questions of the artists. The artists, usually you go in these places, you can't put down when your shows are. You can't publicize things. You can't push things. Dude, that's what this group is for. Get in there. Tell us about your shows. Tell us what's going on in your lives. Let these people get to know you on a personal basis in this group. That's what this group is for. If you have a new album coming out, tell them where to get it. Right? If it's like right now, dude, go buy my album. Absolutely. I write for the Celtic Nations magazine. They just put something up where you can get a hard copy of the Celtic Nations magazine this past episode that has it actually Celtic Rain is featured in the magazine this time. The next magazine that's coming out in December, I have a whole article about legacy, and I'm going to be putting down I'm writing about putting down the words for my song that I wrote, why can't I think of this? Giants, and talking about that song and where it came from in my heart. So that's going to be in there as well. But you guys can go there and figure out how to get those things, because it's a music marketplace where you get to know the musicians, and you guys also know where to get things. That's what that's for. So go become a part of that group. It's a beautiful thing. Well, let's listen to some more music, and then we get to say goodnight. So let me go ahead and tell you the music that is coming up. I'm so excited about this. We're going to be listening to Whispering Pines Waltz by Philadelphia Phil. And it's very rockabilly, very instrumental piece. And then we have a Brothers Grimm by Senex 4. It's a rock tune, very 80s twist. Love it. Then we have Panic Lift remix. It's by Frank Zvornet. It's a heavy metal electric music kind of vibe to it. And then we have I Look Good on You by Liars of So very pop music, 80s style music. Again, we play every style on this show, and so here we go.
trust you place in me? Do you doubt the words I say to you? Do you fear my heart will break free from your gentle grasp? Well, just have faith and know that there will be times I'm not right by your side. far. Got peeps from wall to wall. Dear God, you got it all. Quite the feat to walk this way. If your clothes could talk, they'd say, I look good on you. I look good on you. If your clothes could talk, they'd say, I look good on you. I look good on you. If your clothes could talk, they'd say. Hot seat among the stars, making bank within a farce. Raw beats and solid art, pulling crowds from worlds apart. Slightly daily evolve, long's big, short or small. Got peeps jealous as balls. All the haters love your doll. Quite the feat to walk this way. If your clothes could talk, they'd say, I look good on you. I look good on you. If your clothes could talk, they'd say, I look good on you. I look good on you. If your clothes could talk, they'd say, if your clothes could talk, they'd say, I look good on you. I look good on you. If your clothes could talk, they'd say, I look good on you. I look good on you. Another Hollywood road is here. I look good on you.
See what I mean by the 80s? 80s are cool, man. So, there you go. It's a good sound. It's a really good sound. But, okay, so somebody actually did ask a question. So this is pretty awesome. Said, what's a musical genre you've never performed but you would like to try? You want me to be completely honest with you? I would love. Okay, so like Evanescence does that, and the industrial rock. And she just uses her. She's just so classical, but she uses it in a gritty way. I totally would love to do that kind of mixed with, like techno. So very industrial. That would be. I would love it. I would absolutely just love it. Like, I would have the best freaking time with that kind of music. One day, I'm going to make an album like that, and I don't know if it'll ever stick. But still, it's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, that is one of the things that I would like to do. Again, we are the Celtic Rain Radio Show. If you want to send us music, you need to be a small label or independent artist. It can be all genres, but here you go. Has to be family friendly, meaning don't make fun of people. It's not nice, right? Don't make fun of people groups. Don't make fun of religions. Just love people. Love. This is about love. Now again, it can be edgy, not a big deal, but it just doesn't need to be mean. All right. So you can send it to CelticRain777 at gmail.com. You can go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/C for channel /Celtic Rain. And you can like and subscribe. You can go to our Facebook group, which is Celtic Rain Radio Show. Find the Facebook group. Become a part of that. You can get to know the artists and us. You can go to our Celtic Rain page, which is just for our band. At Celtic Rain Now, YouTube, say facebook.com /Celtic Rain Now. And going like that. We are the Celtic Rain Radio Show. I thank you so much for showing up with me tonight and listening to our amazing music. Remember, it is not just on Tuesday nights. It is recorded on Tuesday nights. So at any time, you can go back and listen to old programs and have the most amazing time. Please listen, and share, because that is how we are going to get out there. Thank you so much. Also, remember, we are starting to take people who want to possibly get their stuff out there. If you would like to be one of our sponsors and want to have a spot on our show, please contact me. You can send your information to CelticRain777 at gmail.com as well. I'm like tripping over my words. What is wrong with me? And Quincy says, great show. Thank you so much, Quincy. It has just been a pleasure playing everybody's music. I cannot wait until I hear your music. If you are new, I cannot wait for that. This is the Celtic Rain Radio Show. We thank you and we say good night. Bye.